So 10th edition 40k has seen the return of tough Aberrants. But how tough actually are they? Hello there and welcome to Purple Light Games, where today we are talking Aberrants. And are they any tougher than they were before? Are they improved from 9th edition, where they were just very expensive and didn't really have the output or the durability of previous editions? Well, we're going to discuss the Aberrants, the Abominant, and because it's one of only two characters that can lead the Aberrants, we're also going to look at the Biophagus as well. The question is, the Biophagus that tough? Well, not really, but he is a leader and he does add some fun things to the Aberrants. So we're going to have a look at the Biophagus as well. But let's jump on in and have a look at the Aberrants. So the stat line to Aberrants is very similar to 9th edition. Movement 6. What's very nice is their toughness has gone from 5 up to 6. A 5+ save, not great. Most any AP -2 weapons are going to go straight through them, but it's about the same as before. They maintain their 3 wounds, which is very useful. Leadership is 7+, nothing surprising there, and their objective control is 1, which is normal for elite type infantry. But obviously the big difference here is toughness 6. In terms of their weaponry, there has been some improvements again. So the heavy improvised weapon, which was used by the Hypermorph, has 5 attacks, where previously you had 3 attacks. But also the Hypermorphic tail as well, which hasn't changed. They're all hitting on 3s on with all the weapons. The heavy improvised weapon is strength 6, no AP, which was AP -1 previously, so that's gone down 1, but damage 2, still quite nice. The heavy power weapons are now 3 attacks. They were 2 attacks, so +1 attack for Aberrants, which they really desperately needed. They've now got. It would be nice to get abilities to maybe get explode and hit to things, but they can get that on the turn they arrive. They get sustained attacks when they arrive from reserve. Again, weapon skill 3+, strength 8, which is what it was before, AP -2, which is what it was before. They've not taken any hit to their AP, it stays at -2, which is good, and damage 3. So essentially, these things are going to chew through power armor and decent elite infantry, such as Primaris Marines. Their abilities is where things get a bit spicy. So they have deep strike, like most cult infantry does, like all cult infantry does. Feel no pain 4+, which is great. Previously they didn't have this. They had bestial vigor, so they got to -1 damage, again, which was decent, but they have feel no pain 4+. Brilliant. That's going to make these guys really tough to kill and gets better. So while characters leading the unit, they get hulking bodyguards. So every time this unit's attacked, if the strength characteristic is greater than the toughness characteristic of the unit, you subtract 1 to the wound roll. So you're going to be struggling to wound these guys on anything better than a 4+, unless you're going to start using your big heavy tank, super heavy type anti-everything guns. Your big lasers of doom sort of weaponry. So in terms of small arms fire, toughness 6 is bad enough to get through. Then they've got an armor save, which you may save 1. Then you've got your feel no pain save as well. So these guys are looking pretty tough. They're not looking like they're going to be easy to kill or remove from the board. But their point is where they get hit with this. It's 165 points just for 5 of these guys. It's 330 points for 10 of them. To put that into context, you could get 40 neophytes with some change for the same as 10 Aberrants. Yeah, they're expensive. So, are they worth it? They're going to be tough to remove, and they're going to be pretty spicy. And of course, they can get better when they've got a leader with them, which leads us to the next thing. So we move on to the Abominant, the rather large, grotesque leader of the Aberrants. Previously HQ was moved to Elite, but we've got rid of all that now. But he's certainly a leader of twisted scientific mutant things. First of all, look at the stat line. Movement 6, that's normal. Toughness 6, again that is improved from previously. The Abominant was toughness 5. Save is 5+, as you were. 5 wounds. This has actually gone down 1 wound since 9th edition. Leadership 7+ is not great. You'd hoped that your leader would give your unit a better leadership, but this is the Aberrants. They're still only going to have 7+. Bit of a shame, since in 9th edition, the Abominant actually had a leadership 8. So this is a little bit of a nerf in terms of the leadership. Although these certainly packs a punch. 3 attacks, again, same as before, with weapon skill 3, so hitting on 3s. Strength 12, this is up from strength 10 previously. AP -2 with 1 plus d6 damage. So you can do a minimum of 2 damage and a maximum of 7, and most time you get in between. So you're going to be hitting out quite a lot of damage. But of course it gets better. They can deep strike, feel no pain 4+, and with the chosen one ability, you get sustained hits. And again, the unit has sustained hits. So you're going to get exploding 6s. So you putting them in Aberrant unit, any 6s get extra hits. Fantastic. This is what you want. But again, it gets better. How tough is Abominant? At the moment, about as tough as an Aberrant. But not quite. Because the Abominant, the first time it is destroyed, comes back on a 2+. Comes back. All that effort to destroy them, roll a d6, and you have got a very good chance of standing back up on full wounds. Not only that, is if you destroy the unit he's in as well, the Aberrants, on a 4+, that unit is set back up as a marker, or goes into reserve and you set back up as an ambush marker. So even if you kill them, there's a good chance they're coming back and hitting you yet again. And these guys, they hit hard. So they are looking pretty nice. It wouldn't be a look at the twisted, weird scientific world of Genestealer Cults without also looking at the Biophagus. Now the main stat line again is very similar to 9th edition with movement 6, toughness 3, a 5 plus save. Wounds actually gone down. They used to have 4 wounds, now down to 3 wounds. Their leadership was 8 before, so leadership plus 7, again not great. And as standard, objective control of 1. Now there's been some little changes here. Auto pistol, it's an auto pistol. We're not going to make much of a song and dance about it. Chemical vials are no longer a grenades, it's just a normal weaponry, so they can be used as such. It's the range of 6 inches. Only 1 attack, hitting on a 3+, with a strength of 1, but it is anti-infantry 2, so you're always going to be wounding in any infantry models on a 2+. AP has gone down, it used to be -2, now it's -1 for damage 2, so not a bad close range anti-infantry weapon. In melee, attacks of 1, used to have 3 attacks, so only 1 attack with the injector gourd. You hit on 3s, only strength 2, but with anti-infantry you'll be wounding any infantry models again on a 2. There is no AP and it's D3 damage, which was about the same as it was 9th. It has the deep strike ability, as do all ambushing Genestealer Cult, and leader, so you can lead. He can lead just about anyone though. He can lead the Aberrants, which is only one of 2 characters to lead the Aberrants, why we're discussing him. Also lead Acolyte hybrids, Neophyte hybrids, and the Metamorphs as well. So he's got quite a lot of options. He has the Twisted Science rule, and this means any melee weapons get the lethal hits ability, so any hits of a 6 automatically wound. Very useful for attacking high toughness units. So biological warfare. So once per battle, the Biophagus can improve its attack. So when you're hitting someone hard and you just need that extra damage, you can increase the attacks and the damage of the injector gourd to 3. So 3 attacks, you used to get normally anyway, and rather than D3 damage, you're doing a straight 3 damage. Not a bad little improvement, but you get once per battle. So if you're charging into things quite regularly, which you will be with Aberrants, you only get to use this once. It's not great. The other ability the Biophagus gets, which is pretty cool, is you use its familiar model, which is for design purposes only. And once in battle, you can give the whole unit anti-infantry for its melee attacks. Anti-infantry +2 for its melee attack, which is very good. Now looking at the strength of the Aberrants, of strength of 8, again, not so useful with the Aberrants. This guy looks like he'd be much better going with Acolytes or Metamorphs. But still, handy enough if you're just wanting to do some playing off hitting against any tough infantry. But not so useful against for the Aberrants. So looking through those units, you very much want your Abominant leading Aberrants. The Biophagus is good and very much fits the theme of these twisted experiment monstrosities charging through and ripping apart the enemy, and very much that theme of the army. However, these guys, the Biophagus, sorry, is much more useful leading Acolytes or Metamorphs, and two, just let's say also the Neophytes, than it is the Aberrants. The Aberrants just do not get as much benefit from those unit buffs as the others would, because they're already going to be wounded on 2s normally anyway. And lethal hits, where it's good, it's not as good as sustained hit, which is going to get those Aberrants more attacks. But the Abominant, very strong, and I'd be very much thinking of putting Abominants with Aberrants. You can tell it's doing quite well. It's sold out in Games Workshop and many other third-party retailers. You just can't get hold of them at the moment, which is a general view that people quite like the look of them. And in points-wise, the Abominant's not too bad at all. It's 75 points, so it has dropped. For 75 points, you get quite a lot of buffs and a hard character with hits and strength 12s, and gets to come back on a 2+. It's pretty cool. The Biophagus is just about the only character which actually has increased in points, going from 40 points to 50 points. But with those extra buffs and little abilities it has, and the fact it can lead quite a range of units, you can see why that has increased. But while I do like the Biophagus, it's not setting the world on fire like some of the other characters are, certainly the Abominant. We'll have a quick look at some of the enhancements and stratagems that we can use. Not many of the stratagems are that great with the Aberrants. The main one you're going to want to use is one with the darkness. So any unit shooting at the Aberrants, if they're further than 12 inches away, they can't target them. They have to shoot at someone else, and if they are within 12 inches, they get a -1 to hit. So that gives a bit of more durability, a bit more table time for the Aberrants to try and get into combat. Looking at the enhancements though, giving the leader of that unit an enhancement could actually be pretty cool. So the Prowling Adjutant allows the unit to make a D6 normal move after a unit finishes within 9 inches of engagement range after a normal move, advanced move, or a fallback move. So if you've got a combat-based unit moving towards you to get a charge in before you can, it gives you a little bit of chance just to move back maybe, and in your turn you get to move forward and pound them instead, just making that charge a little more difficult. That can be quite useful. Inscrutable Cunning, now this is pretty cool. Giving it to your leader gives the Aberrants infiltrators, so you can set them further up, especially if you've got first turn, setting them as far into the opponent's, as close to the opponent as you can get, so within 9 inches, and then just getting forward. You can possibly even make a first turn charge. The benefit as well from this is you get a chance to regain CP, but it's the infiltrators thing that you really want. Now the other pretty cool one you can have is the Focus of Adoration. And for 0 CP, the bearer leading the unit gets to make a heroic intervention. So if your Aberrants are around other units and things are, they're getting piled in and charged, for 0 CP, enemy might think they're safe, and you just get to use basically a free heroic intervention and get those Aberrants in there, get them clobbering the enemy. So all very useful. So overall, Aberrants, especially led by Abominant, are looking very strong. They are looking very durable with their Feel No Pains of 4+, and some of the little shenanigans you can do to try and keep them alive, especially giving them infiltrators and getting them far forward. They're a bit more hit, to them with giving sustained ability, sustained attacks, as well as having an extra attack than they did in 9th edition. And they've got +1 toughness, and again they've got the hulking bodyguard rule, which again makes them pretty difficult. You're going to be struggling to win anything better than 4+, even with strong strength 7, strength 8 weaponry. You're still going to need 4+ to actually wound these guys, and then they get their feel no pain. And above all that, on a 4+, the unit comes back. So very, very durable. How hard are they? Very hard. How expensive are they? For Genestealer Cult, very expensive. But are they worth it? Yes. These guys appear to be quite hard hitting. They're going to give you a lot of damage in combat, and against heavy infantry units, they're going to be pretty tasty, especially against things like Terminators. They lack an invulnerable save. If they had a 5% vulnerable save as well, these guys would be, I would say, a shoe in any list. But they don't. They have that little lapse of durability in the fact that they don't have an invulnerable save. They just have that normal 5+ save, so most half-decent weaponry is just going to ignore that, but they have the feel no pains. So it would be you do have to think about your list and what you're going to take, but certainly 5 of them with Abominant does seem pretty strong. They're going to be hard to remove. The Biophagus, I would leave them out of the Aberrants, put them with another unit. They do quite well with Acolytes and Metamorphs, especially if you charge in and using that ability to give them anti-infantry 2+ for a turn. So yeah, here I walk on with our toughness 6 strong infantry. I know we're going to wound you in 2+ regardless, because you're infantry. Brilliant. It gives them a little bit more hit, as well as having the lethal hit, so they're going to wound automatically on a hit of a 6+, which isn't as good for the Aberrants. So overall, all 3 of these units look good. They have their uses, and how strong? Very strong. So the Farm Emperor is very happy. Let me know what you think. Are Aberrants on your list? Are you taking 5, 10, Biophagus or Abominant? I think I know it's going to be Abominant, but yeah, if you disagree with me, let me know. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye for now.